Hey everyone, today we're here to talk about Charter Communications, also known as Spectrum. That's the product. And we're just touching bases, trying to see some competitive advantages the company has on the market. We're trying to see how HR plays a factor in the company's decisions across the market and things of that nature. So let's get started. So Spectrum now exists as the existence of a merger. Time Warner Cable, Bright House Network, and the company called Charter formed to merge one company, Charter Communications. Um, and now, as a result, Spectrum is the largest cable internet and voice provider in the entire nation. It is the second largest cable provider, has business in 41 states, and boasts 28 million customers. As a result, Charter has 98,000 customers to take care of those, 98,000 employees to take care of those customers. So, a brief overview, there has been a lot of mergers over the years, a lot of new companies starting, old companies closing down, and things of that nature. It dates back to as far as the 1930s and 40s, is when the first Warner Cable and American Television Communications Company opened. And In 1999, for example, Charter began trading on the NASDAQ stock exchange. So the company has definitely come a very, very long way. It's even earned a spot in the Fortune 500 top companies. So a little bit more history. In 2007, Time Warner Cable started trading on the New York Stock Exchange. Charter did financial restructuring in 2009, and they allege that they came out a stronger company as a result of that after reorganizing under Chapter 11. And then in 2009, Time Warner Cable officially separates from Time Warner, the movie company, and it became its own company. So they do have a competitive advantage in the market, and it's actually a very, very strong place for them. What happens is because they have such a monopoly in the cable, internet, and voice industry, they really have a very, very, very strong presence within the market. Their products are very, very much needed in today's time. Saying that to say that everyone needs internet nowadays. It's no longer just a product or just a luxury. People stay at home and run businesses off their internet. People communicate with their family who's overseas by the internet. So it's really become a necessity. So their products are definitely definitely required. Um, Due to the size of the company and all the acquisitions that have happened, they can safely say that they've invested billions and billions of dollars into their infrastructure. So that makes their product very, very strong, very sound, trusted, valued, and they virtually have no competition just because of the vast size of their market. Also, just because they have so many products on the market, they have Spectrum Reach and Spectrum Enterprise, Spectrum Global. They also leverage a strategic place in the market. So they provide value in the market is what I'm trying to get at. They don't act like they monopolize the market and they can do whatever they want to do. They actually make sure that their products speak for themselves and that their customers are happy. Take, for example, their latest product, Spectrum Mobile. It's so competitive because it really is the best price. You can get cell phone with internet, text, and talk for as little as $14 a month, and you can even purchase the latest gadgets. And who doesn't love the latest technology? Charter, like I mentioned earlier, has 98,000 employees in place to assist their 28 million customers if there ever comes a time when their services are not working out for them. They have many call centers all over the US and overseas, and many of those call centers are open 24/7. You can walk into a Spectrum store oftentimes even on weekends. For example, I know a lot of Spectrum stores that are open on a Sunday, for example, to make sure that the customer is taken care of. And employees really tend to specialize. They are subject matter experts in their fields, so the customer is going to get taken care of to the best of Spectrum's ability. And then they do hire top level managers. They do utilize a bottom down process, and these managers are also top level experts. So let's talk about Charter's HR structure and what that means for the HR manager and for the people portion of the company. They're very specific about their job analysis techniques. They reflect the core competencies of what HR is all about, finding and recruiting the best people for the job, providing a strategic advantage for the company. They're very diverse. They have employees from all walks of life employed for them. At the top level, there's even a diversity officer engaged to make sure that this is true. Charter employs a lot of inside people, so you work for them and you've done exactly what you need to. You're looking to move up the ladder, you can get a promotion. So those are the things that their HR department takes advantage of to make sure that the company has a strong leverage and a strong advantage within the market. I would recommend that the company does need to come together a little bit more because it's such a vast company. Obviously, there are going to be problems when you have a company of such size, but they do really need to take steps to make sure that the company is more homogenous. A lot of times, customers have to talk to many different people in order to get anything done. So for these reasons, I do recommend that Charter does need to train employees to specialize to eliminate all the redirection, having to speak to this person for cable, having to speak to that person for internet, and this person for voice. We really need to be training people to be specialists in all areas of the business. And that can be very arduous because that tends to be when people start to make mistakes. But it is a really important part of how they're going to be able to make their bottom line and make sure that their customers are happy. Also, customers also complain that customer service from overseas is a little bit lacking in that they often do not know what's going on with the business and they're not service level experts like they should be. And for this, I recommend that Charter recruits, hires, and trains more employees that are located in the United States. This is going to make them a stronger company, a more ethical company, and a company that's seen as morally fit in the eyes of its customers. And in conclusion, this is a really strong billion-dollar company that is really taking the market by storm. They do value their employees as their strongest human capital, but their process is subject to error being that they are such a large organization. And Charter is continuing to grow its core products. It's branching out and it's exploring new territory and it's doing new things on the market that no one else has done, and they are to be commended for that. I really like their business structure. Thank you.